Hi, today we're going to look at mixed and improper fractions, going back and forth between them. So a mixed number is when you have a whole number and a fraction in one problem. So that first problem says 2 1/3. I have a whole number and I have a fraction of a number. I want to rewrite that as an improper fraction. An improper fraction means a fraction where you've got two numbers, top, bottom, but the top number is larger than the bottom number. Okay, so in order to get that, I need to multiply the bottom number, and then I need to add that top number. So 2 times 3 gives us 6. Add 1 gives us 7. So we multiply, then we add. We also want to just keep the denominator. So we have a 3 here. That 3 stays. Congratulations, improper number, improper fraction. Bottom one. Now, I could do the same thing. I could do 6 times 18 and then add 6, but you know what? I don't know what 6 times 18 is. So let's make this problem a little smaller because I can simplify the fraction portion of this. 6 and 18, they both share a number. They both share the number 6. Let's knock it down by 6. So we say divide by 6, divide by 6. And we're left with 6 1/3. That's a little more manageable to deal with. So let's multiply and then add. When you multiply, you get 18 plus 1 will give us 19. Keep the denominator 3, and we call it a day. You could have done 6 times 18 and then added 6, but in the end, you'd then have to simplify this big ugly fraction. This might be a little easier. Okay, how do we go in the reverse? How do we go from an improper fraction, bigger number, smaller number, to a mixed number, a whole and a fraction? Well, there's two ways we can do this. First off, I can count and say, how many times does 4 go into the quantity of 10? How many whole times? Well, I can have a group of 4. I can have another group of 4, that's 8. But if I do a third group of 4, that's 12. 12 does not fit into 10. Let's go backwards. 8 does. That's 2 whole times. Well, if 2 whole ones go in there, I'm left with 2 left over. So I'm saying 8, 4, 8, 9, 10. I'm left over with 2. We keep that fraction, the denominator. But can I simplify this? Yes, I can. So we rewrite that and say 2 to the 1/2. What if we have big numbers like this? And what if we're not so sure and we're not so good at counting at that? Well, let's make our numbers smaller. We're allowed to simplify our fractions first. I see that they're both even numbers. Let's knock them down. Let's turn this whole thing into a 15/9, cut it in half. Can't cut in half again, but I can divide it by 3. So 15 divided by 3 gives us 5. 9 divided by 3 gives us 3. So now this fraction and this fraction, they actually mean the exact same thing. They just look a little different. It's like having a $5 bill and 5 singles. They both mean the same in the end. Okay, how many times does 3 go into 5? 3 goes into 5 one whole time, leaving us with 3, 4, 5. 2 extras left over, and we leave our denominator of a 3. And I can't go any further with that. So there's your mixed number. And that is going back and forth between mixed and improper fractions.